It's your main man Anil coming live for Immunity for the Community podcast once again. How's everybody doing? How are you all feeling this weekend? It's a pleasure to serve you at the highest level, and today is going to be an amazing podcast where I'm going to walk you through the mindset portion of the Write Your Own Transformational Story course, where you can use this powerful NLP technique, very effective, to beat and overcome all of those negative addictions slowly and steadily as you work with me one-to-one and I coach you. This is going to be a fantastic episode, everybody. You are going to want to really tune in and lock into what I'm saying, because this is going to be it. Today I'm going to walk you through a very useful technique that has helped me in hypnosis, that has helped me in NLP, which has helped me in therapy as well, and this is called the swish pattern. You may have heard of this pattern before, you may have heard of this technique with Tony Robbins and a few other people who are NLP practitioners, but I just want to let you know that this is a very useful technique that really helps you to shift those patterns and really change the leverage inside of you so that you can beat that addiction, push through, and create a new empowering belief. So let's walk through what the swish pattern is. The swish pattern uses a negative movie in your mind and then replaces it with a positive empowering movie also in your mind. So let's use the example of weight loss and weight management. Picture yourself where you are right now, unhappy, insecure, not feeling good about your weight, and comfort eating junk food. Picture yourself. How does that feel? It doesn't feel very good, does it? Now picture that empowering vision of you hitting the gym with Anil from Immunity for the Community. So let's do it. Let's do a live practice version of this. Let's do a live version. So close your eyes. I want you to picture the vision of your present self. You are not happy with your weight. You are currently insecure about your weight. You do not know how to lose the weight. You've asked this question so many times and you do not know the answer. And you're now stuck. Picture how you feel. Doesn't feel good, does it? Now at the corner of that picture, I want you to see a very small picture, and that is a picture of me, the coach from Immunity for the Community, Anil, having a free consultation with you. And in this movie, I teach you how you can lose weight. I talk about your story. I talk about my own story, how I managed to break out of these limiting beliefs, how I did it slowly and steadily, how I used this technique to really push through, how I used the same workout regime and plan and diet and nutrition to lose weight. Now picture yourself having that free consultation with me and going into the gym and lifting those weights and feeling amazing after a workout. Now, I want you to envision the picture, that nasty picture of how you do not feel good about weight loss, and I want you to make it big and big and big and brighter. Make those colors so bright, make it so powerful, give it all the attention you want, give it all the emotion, give it all the shame, all the guilt, all the pain, all the suffering. And then I want you to see this small picture, and I want you to make it bigger, 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 and go whoosh. Now let's do that again. Let's see the picture of you not feeling happy about weight loss, you not feeling good right now in this present moment, not understanding what's going on. Then see that small picture of Anil from Immunity for the Community. Small picture going bigger, bigger, brighter, overtaking, overlapping, whoosh. And I want you to do it again, another time. See that picture of yourself, not sure, not taking action, not sure what you need to do to lose the weight. Then you see Anil from Immunity for the Community. You see me helping you one-to-one. You see yourself in the gym. You see yourself happy with your friends. You see your family encouraged by you, motivated by you, feeling great, feeling fantastic. You made your first progress. You did your first workout. You already feel better than you've felt for years. And linked to this emotion of joy, of happiness, of faith, of gratitude. Make it bigger, bigger, bigger. Make it overlap, make it go over, make it brighter. Whoosh! And I want you to do that again. I want you to see that picture of your weight loss and you not being certain of what weight loss is. And now you know what it is. You've taken out that uncertainty, because guess what? You're talking to your friends. You've got a community around you. You're dealing with me. You're working one-to-one with me. You're working with coaches. You've got Tony Robbins on your side. You've got all these great people to inspire you, to motivate you. You're on the Write Your Own Transformational Story course. You're in the gym. You lifted those weights. You're feeling great. You're feeling fantastic. Your story is starting to change. You're starting to feel fantastic. Those feel-good endorphins are coming in. Make that picture brighter than the negative picture. Make it brighter, brighter. Let it take over. Let it overlap. Whoosh! And I want you to do it again. I want you to do it again, this time with more intensity. I want you to see that picture that does not serve you, sitting in the present moment, not sure, not taking action, knowing that there's a better way, not entirely sure, but you know that's nonsense because now you've got the coach, Emil from Immunity for the Community. You've got all this healthy food out there. You've got supermarkets that supply healthy food. You've got diets, you've got nutrition, you've got the knowledge, you've got a coach, you've got that picture. You can see Emil in the corner helping you out. You can see Emil on Zoom helping you out. You can see Emil on Microsoft Teams. He's training you, coaching you one-to-one. You feel great at the gym. You've lifted those weights. Your friends and family love you. You love yourself. You're taking care of yourself. Make that picture bigger, bigger, brighter, brighter. Let it overlap. Whoosh! And now I want you to push aside that negative picture because it's no longer part of your identity. And I want you to play that positive picture of the first time you were coached to weight loss success, to write your own transformational story. And I want you to see all of that beautiful vision. I want you to see that positive picture, big and bright. I want you to walk into that gym, not fearing the sweat, enjoying it. I want you to see yourself high-fiving all of your friends. I want you to see yourself making so many friends at the gym who have so much happiness for you, for your success. I want you to see how people love you, people respect you, you respect yourself, you're taking care of yourself. Your mindset has changed. You no longer fear the gym. You no longer look at it as this thing that is intimidating. You no longer look at the gym as this place where only a certain number of people can go. Only a person who is already in shape can go. Now that's nonsense. People are in shape, people are getting into shape, and people are at the stage of maintenance, and people are pushing on to do great things beyond getting in shape. This is a place where everybody can come. You are accepted. You can see yourself with me, the coach Anil from Immunity for the Community, showing you how to train, getting you in shape, giving you a diet, giving you a nutrition plan, holding you accountable, but also respecting and accepting everything that you're saying and helping you to change those limiting beliefs. You no longer believe you're no good. You no longer believe you're not enough. You no longer believe any of that. You believe you're more than enough. You believe in yourself. You believe in the power of belief. And most of all, you love yourself and you've taken back your power. Now I want you to see that bright picture and I want you to replay that vision over and over again now. And anytime you step up another level, you can always use that picture as a way to remind yourself that you always take action and you took action in that moment. Now I want you to open your eyes, come back slowly, take your time, and come back to the room. Ladies and gentlemen, please tell me how you felt. Please tell me how you felt behind that. This is not just any old technique. This is a very useful tool that has helped me to beat addictions. I will now share with you how I beat my addictions with this technique. So I had a sugar addiction that was very much about me not having control over my cravings. And what you have to understand about any addiction is that you are not born with the addiction. I will use this now as an example of how I beat that addiction. You see, every addiction starts from feeling a lack or a scarcity of something. Any addiction can be rooted back to a present moment or a time of trauma or a time of not feeling good about yourself, and you turned onto this thing to try and help you to feel better and feel whole. Now let's use this example in live version for myself. I was already overweight. I was not feeling good about myself. And I was in that same exact pattern that I just demonstrated. I didn't know how to lose weight. I didn't know what weight loss was. I thought it was so far beyond me. I was fearing everything, fearing taking action. And this led me to procrastinate even more. This led me to worry about what people think even more. This led me to not take action. And guess what? That all changed one day when I was 17 years old, 12 years ago. I walked into that gym. I weighed in 305 pounds and I said, that is it. I said, no more procrastinating, no more not taking action. I will work with my personal trainer and I will take action. Because up until that point, I let that negative voice tell me, I don't know, I don't know. But I studied that diet plan and I understood it. And I came to a place of acceptance where I said, I may be very overweight, but if I don't do anything right now, I'm going to be worse off than if I carry on doing this. I'm going to be worse off than if I do take action, because at least I'll feel better knowing I am taking action. So it was ignorance, it was not knowing how to actually lose weight. And this sent me on a path of not taking action and worrying too much. And what do we know about NLP? What do we know about emotions? Fear and worry are the two most debilitating emotions that do not serve us. When we live in fear about anything, fear of love, fear of success, fear of weight loss, fear of happiness, fear of rejection, we do not get stronger to actually push through and get to that goal. So what happens is you lose sight of that and you get into that addiction. And the reason why I use this technique was because I needed to overcome my sugar addiction. Now my sugar addiction came from that feeling of not having the answers to why am I not able to lose weight. And as I didn't have that answer, I kept on leaning on sugar. I kept on leaning on having junk food. There were times where I'd walk out of gym sessions and I'd go straight to the shop and get food again. And I couldn't put my mind on it. I couldn't figure it out. I had no resilience. I had no plan. And I didn't have somebody to keep me accountable. Ladies and gentlemen, where you are right now in your weight loss journey is that you need an accountability buddy. And I, a guy who's been through that journey, can be that person for you. I can be that coach, that friend, that buddy to hold you accountable and to keep you going. Because what I've experienced, what I know about weight loss, everything that I know about transmuting energy is exactly how I managed to get healthy. It's exactly how I got healthy. So I used this technique. What I did was I visualized that old picture of me not being certain, not knowing how to lose weight, not having a plan, eating anything and everything that came my way, no particular routine. Then I visualized the other picture of me following the routine, me following the gym routine, me going to the gym 3 times a week, me working with my personal trainer, me taking my meals at every specified time that was outlined on my diet plan. Morning, middle of the morning, lunchtime, middle of the afternoon, dinner time, supper time. I visualized myself doing that whole process. I visualized that in my mind. I visualized going into the gym, doing all of the diet, taking action. And I saw that picture over and over again. And I kept on divorcing that old story, kept pushing it aside. And soon enough, I did this over and over again. And I was able to beat my sugar addiction within, let's say, 2 years. And I had this sugar addiction for, let's say, 10 years. Now, I know some of you may ask, well, why are you telling me about this? Why are you telling me that it took you 2 years to beat an addiction to sugar, 3 years, let's say, versus a 10-year addiction? And what is this going to offer me right now? There are no instant results. But what I can offer you is knowledge and wisdom to understand that actually every addiction starts from that lack. So that sugar addiction started from ignorance. But also every addiction comes from a place of having scarcity and feeling like you're going to run out of food. See, when you feel like you're going to run out of food, you already don't feel enough. You don't feel that you're going to be able to have food tomorrow, so you'd rather eat it all now. And that was very much a survival technique that was put in us as human beings from a very early time, from a very long time ago, caveman times, where people who were the most overweight would survive and the skinniest man would die. And so that's why a lot of people have sugar addiction. They don't understand that it is a long habit from many years ago. It is an entrained primal habit to feel that you need to overeat in order to survive, when in reality all we need to do is eat at those selected times, eat fully, eat wholesome, and we'll be more than fine. We're not going to starve, we're not going to die. And that's where it comes from. It comes from not knowing, and it comes from that lack and that scarcity, and in turn that creates not feeling enough. Let me walk you through my second addiction that I overcame. I overcame the addiction to caffeine. How did I have this problem? As you know, I went through a lot. I had mental health issues, and there were times where I did not sleep all night at all. So I wouldn't sleep at all for 8 hours. And so in order to be a functioning student at university, I would have to drink coffee. But what was really going on was that story that I kept on holding on to, that story that I did not resolve within myself, that story that did not serve the present Anil in the present day. And so what I had to do is I had to use this strategy to remind myself that I had coffee at a moment in time where I was having PTSD, where I was having mental health issues, where I needed to resolve those issues, transmute that energy, and divorce that picture of being dependent on caffeine. And where I sit today, I could have 1 cup of coffee and I could be alright. And I will not have 5, 6, 10 or 11. I have used this technique so many times to divorce that old story. So let me show you a live example. I would see the old picture of me not getting a good night's rest, not sleeping, not being able to have balance in my work and life, in my uni life, in my study, which was like my homework, my personal life, and just not setting boundaries with people. I saw that picture and how I had to rely on caffeine and constantly use it to wake myself up on a Monday morning and any morning, and I would have no continuity. I would have no ability to get up on my own energy. And I saw that picture of overdependence, 4 cups of coffee, 4 cups of coffee. I gave all of it that emotional energy of being drained, of being not feeling good about myself, feeling not whole, feeling like I need to do this all the time. And then I put up that small picture of me being free, me being mentally and emotionally clear, me being one, me being resolved, me being healed, me not needing coffee anymore, me beating this addiction, overcoming, boom, whoosh. And I did it again. I saw that picture of myself drinking 4 cups of coffee, needing to wake up with that cup of coffee. Then I see that small picture, me drinking water every day, me drinking decaf, me being on the diet. Now that I'm on the diet and I'm training and I'm in shape, I no longer need the coffee and the muscle is staying on. I'm not burning through all the fat. I'm not burning through all of the muscle. I'm not burning through all of my weight in tiredness, in stress, in depression. I'm free of all those negative emotions. They're not there anymore. I'm free. I'm using the caffeine in a way that serves me. Only 2 to 3 cups. Only 2 to 3 cups of decaf. I went from coffee to tea. I shut that habit down. I used my emotion of being positive and grateful. I healed. I see that picture. It's overtaken it. It's gone bigger. Whoosh! And I see that picture again, that positive picture. I see myself being at peace, being happy, being whole, being one, being in acceptance of myself, being aligned with God, being aligned with my vision, understanding that I was not born with this addiction, understanding it was a coping mechanism in a time where I was overly stressed, unhappy, unfulfilled, but now I'm fulfilled. I live my life. I'm great. I'm feeling great. I'm fantastic. I'm feeling great. I see that picture. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger. It overtakes. Whoosh! And I see it again. I see that picture again. I see myself. I'm having 3 cups of tea a day. I got balance. I'm not overdoing it. I'm drinking just enough. I'm drinking plenty of water. I practice gratitude every day. I pray in the morning. I do Tony Robbins priming. I do Isha Kriya. I love my life. I'm positive. I'm focused on my goals. I only focus on what I can control. I only focus on what's good in my life. I have everything good in my life. I'm grateful for it. I'm happy. I'm with my family. I'm happy. I see that picture. Whoosh! And that's how I beat my caffeine addiction. And I did this same technique to also beat negative thinking. And every negative experience that I had, I used the same technique to overcome it. And I used that forgiveness tool as well, Ho'oponopono, which you might be aware of. I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. That's also another tool. But what I want to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, is this tool is very effective for beating addictions. There's another tool that's very similar, which is pretty much virtually the same, but let's say it's instead looking at consequences of where you are and consequences if you keep doing it, and that's the Dickens approach by Tony Robbins. But essentially this is near enough the same thing. You're seeing a negative picture and you're replacing it with a positive picture. Now, when you work with me one-to-one, I have many tools that can help you with your mindset approach, many tools that you'll be able to use to actually overcome that old habit, that old belief, that old limiting belief that either somebody else put on you or you in fact had about yourself, because you found it difficult, you found it hard, you found it almost impossible to lose weight at one point. This is how you can beat addictions. This is how you can beat the addictions to negative thinking. Because once you can use this technique to resolve every situation from where you are now to where you've been, trust me, you will change into a whole new person. And I'm telling you this, ladies and gentlemen, because I myself have beaten addictions. I myself know what it is to overcome addictions to sugar and caffeine and negative thinking. And what I can tell you is that I keep my weight on my body very healthy. You know, now I weighed in 12 stone 10, and that's after, Christmas, and I've been 3 weeks since we come back from Christmas, and I've been eating healthy. And I also went to a party last week, but guess what? I'm actually thinking positive. I'm thinking in gratitude. I'm not thinking in a place where I'm so negative that in itself is draining me. What I want to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, is that I can help you to instill balance within yourself. Because you see, there's people who are losing weight not necessarily because they're losing weight, but because they're stressed and they got PTSD. They got negative thoughts. They got negative addictions that are not helping them, that are draining them. Whereas when you work with me one-to-one, you'll be able to overcome those addictions. You'll be able to see that journey, see yourself be free of it. And you can understand that every habit that we have is learned, and we can always unlearn it. There's no way that you can stay carrying on with that same addiction and think you're going to get any different results. See, when you work with me one-to-one on the Write Your Own Transformational Story course, I can help you transform from being a people pleaser to being somebody who respects himself. I can help you transform from a people pleaser to somebody who follows through on their promises for themselves. I can help you from being somebody who relies on the external to somebody who wires himself internally to win. Because you know something, you cannot change the external. You can only focus on what you can control. And what you can control is your mindset, what you believe about yourself, what you believe about life, what you believe about your friends. Let me tell you something. You work with me one-to-one, I will help you to align yourself with your visions and your goals towards weight loss, your goals towards yourself. And you can then use those same techniques to align to your goals that you have personally as well. This does not have to be limited to just weight loss. You see, ladies and gentlemen, once you feel good about yourself, everything comes naturally. You feel good about yourself, you can do anything. You can go anywhere. You can believe in anything that you want. You can believe and achieve, and you can keep on running that same good pattern over and over and over and over again to achieve what you want. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure serving you at the highest level. As I would say, everybody, channel your inner Rocky. Let's work together one-to-one on the Write Your Own Transformational Story course. Let's help you take down those negative patterns and put in empowering patterns into your mindset. Let's help you to channel that inner Rocky. Let's keep going, everybody. Let's have a great weekend. Peace out now.